Good morning, guys. It is Reagan here, and I am getting ready to meal prep some food for my next upcoming shift. So, yeah, so I'll be on for the next 8 days. Is this music too loud? Okay, I think that's better. So, I'll be on shift for the next 8 days. So, I am going to go ahead and get my meals prepped because, as you know, when working night shift, that is my most snackiest times. Like when I'm at work and things are going down, I really want the M&Ms. I really want the snacks. So if I already have my things prepped and ready to go, then we don't have that as an issue. So you guys are going to prep with me today. We're going to prep and chit chat. And I'm hoping that this doesn't take long because this already has been a morning that I wasn't planning on. I was planning on already having my workout done. I got to the gym, Apple Watch, whoop, ready to do my workout. And y'all, my dang on watch was dead. I can't make it up. So I put it on the charger last night, but apparently I might have put it on there backwards. I did blame the kids low key. I'm just going to share that. But it wasn't the kids. It was plugged up to the block. I thought maybe they had took my block and maybe I just put it on the charger last night in the dark because that's literally what happened. I have been so sore these last couple of days. I got up last night in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, do things. And I did not turn the light on in the bathroom. I just put my watch on the charger. So I didn't check to see if the block was placed or anything like that. So I got up this morning, put my watch on, went on to the gym. Well, it wasn't charged because I had it on the opposite side of the charger. I don't know, whatever. Perimenopause. Blame it on the rain. But anyway, here we are. So we're going to do our workout later on this afternoon. But right now, we are going to prep some chicken thighs and some turkey. Um, it looks like, let me pull up my meal here. So for Friday and Saturday meals, it looks like I can have rice cakes, which we don't have to prep. We just take those to work with us, and then protein shake for snack, and then for lunch, ground turkey, rice, and a cup of broccoli. And this is for Friday, Saturday. And then for dinner, grilled chicken, which we're gonna air fry, or tilapia, which I have tilapia. So maybe I'm gonna do all the chicken because I find that I really like the chicken. And the tilapia I can make as we use it. I don't wanna prep no fish. But we do what we don't want to do. But golly. Usually toward the end of prep is when I get hit with all of the white fish. So this is giving me a choice. So as long as I have a choice, I'm gonna stick with the chicken. Yeah. So we have the grilled chicken and ground turkey, sweet potatoes, and broccoli. So really not much. So my goal today is to season this chicken up, cook it. Some we're gonna do in the air fryer. Some I can just probably cook on top of the stove. We're gonna get a feel for that. Ground turkey, I'm just gonna cook it on top of the stove. You know how we get down with that. It's gonna be prepped just like it's gonna be prepped just like taco meat. Taco meat? Can I say that on live? Okay, you just did. So anyway, let's mosey right along. So let's get this chicken prep. So what has been going on with you guys? I hope that all has been well, fine and dandy. For for me here recently, I have been so sore just getting back to like the regular routine of things. Let's see. Let me see here. Um, don't mind me. I need to get my spices together. Let's see. So we got some tongs and okay. What we got in here? We got all the things. This is my little spice bag, guys. I like to keep it out because I am working on a chicken seasoning that I prefer. And so all of the things that I like on my chicken, I have kind of set aside because, I don't think they make it like my grandma make it. My grandmother's chicken, God rest her soul, was chef's kiss, y'all. Chef's kiss. And I have been trying to figure out what did she put in her spices? Like, what did she put on her chicken to just make it so good? Delicious. Okay. So, let's see. Let me see here. Okay. We got our chicken thighs. I'm going to hit this with some vinegar just to kind of give it a good little rinse and clean. And where's my bowl? Oh. Okay. Because y'all know I don't like to touch chicken, so we gotta make sure that our tongs are somewhere to be found because your girl ain't touching no chicken. I can touch other meat like the turkey, the beef, the things like that. Me and chicken just don't get along. Can you guys see? Let's see. Oh, I can already tell these are gonna be so good. I'm sure Coach is gonna pull away chicken thighs at some point, but right now we rocking with it because I just do not agree with chicken breast. I don't agree. Now, coming from a Southern grandmother and a Southern mother, you should be able to cook some food and make it work, and it don't matter what it is, right? But honey, that chicken breast be drying out on me like real bad, and I'm like, I can't. If you do not enjoy it, you're not going to keep up with the process. You're not going to eat it. So I don't even fight with it. So we got our chicken thighs. Gonna hit it with some vinegar. Add a little bit of flavor. Gonna let that sit for a minute before we get to seasoning this up. And then next we're gonna roll into our ground chicken. Now, I will tell you with the ground chicken, it is so easy to prepare and one of my favorites. Easy to prepare, Okay. So we're gonna throw that on. Now with my ground turkey, typically I just season it up with just like general seasonings. But this one I'm gonna throw some taco seasoning in there because I can just put it, with my rice. These are mm, ground turkey is not only easy to prepare, it is reasonably priced. So if you guys are like killing the beef, I can't tell. Let's see. If you guys are like killing the beef, the ground beef, try turkey. You might like it. You might like it. All right. So now we're gonna season our chicken. I'm so excited. I know my grandmother is smiling down on it, right? Even though we're gonna put it in the air fryer, we're not frying it. Well, technically we are, but we're not frying it on top of the stove, right? We're gonna put it in the air fryer. So here is my blend. But y'all, I got this. If you haven't tried out like Ross, TJ Maxx for spices, don't sleep on it, okay? Do not sleep on it because they have some amazing spices. I've gotten several from them. Let's see. My turkey's starting to turn it down a little bit. So Kinders, if you know, you know. If you not on this, where you been? Kinder's is Chef's Kiss, delicious, but they do not sell these sizes at the store from what I recall seeing. And if they do sell them, they're really expensive. So I got this from Ross for $9.99. This will last me probably for the rest of the year. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So 0 calories, good stuff. This is the buttery burger blend, but y'all, I don't have to use it on burgers. I'm gonna use it on my chicken too. But this one actually came from Marshalls, and it was a brand that I hadn't used before. Spanglish Asadero. I don't speak Spanish, but probably should. Delicious, okay? It's an all-purpose seasoning, but it has a citrusy taste. I've used it before on video, so if you are looking for something new to try, spice-wise, they do carry this in the regular grocery. At least here in Gunnison, they do. And I'm telling you, it's worth trying. It has a little bit of give it a little bit of something different. So I'm adding a little water to my turkey here. And we're just gonna let that do its thing while we season this up. So, yeah, lots of time because why not? I have literally been trying to find the spice, that taste from my grandmother's chicken. And I think I know what it is, but this is like the fourth time that I've tried this combination together. So we'll see. We'll see how it comes out because the last round of chicken I did was on point, delicious, and we killed that. So, as you guys know, I'm not only prepping for myself, I'm also prepping for my kids. Aiden is off at football camp right now, so he won't be eating, but Willow is still home. She hasn't graced me with her beautiful face this morning yet. These kids be sleeping. They be sleeping in. They take their summer break serious. Okay? I'm trying to be like them. For real. So we have some celery salt, you know, we're gonna throw this on here. And I just use a little bit of this because the celery salt, it's not as salty as like a garlic salt or something would be. So you don't want to add too much. This is that ingredient that that my grandmother, this is what I think she threw in. But we're gonna see because I did it the last time and it was perfect, almost perfect. So with this time, we'll see if this is really what's giving it a different flavor. Because there's nothing like a good piece of chicken. I'm telling you, especially when you're this far away from home. That was one of the things that I started looking for here in Gunnison as soon as I got here, right? Like I'm like, yo, there are no, there's no chicken. There's no chicken, like my way chicken, like no Bojangles, no. And I know that sounds funny, but that's literally the thought. I'm like, no Chick-fil-A. How am I gonna live? At that stage of the game, I was nervous about it. I'm like, I've never lived without having some sort of either fast food or just options closer to me as far as food. So that's where Gunnison has been really great for my bodybuilding journey. Is it just helped me like weed out the noise. No noise, just straight what you need. Cayenne pepper because yes, you gotta have that spice, and then also some paprika, which I didn't see in my bag. Why it ain't in here? I'm gonna blame teenagers. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna blame them. All right, maybe I took it out. Maybe I took it out the bag. Oh, I'm so sore. Uh, are we out? Uh oh. Girl, we might be. Oh, here it is. No, that's old baby. Here we go. Paprika. Should be in my bag. And onion powder. And last but not least, we're going to hit it with this Kinders. And yes, that's a lot of spice, lots of flavor. But where you can't have in breading, you can add in flavoring. You can add in spices. Okay. Mm. All right. That was a sneeze. If you don't use this, one of my good friends from the hospital I used to work at turned me on to Dale's, and I've been a fan ever since. So hard over. So you can add it to any of your meats. They also make a low sodium option as well, but it just gives the meat a good flavor. Love it, love it. As you can see, it's almost empty. I'm trying not to use all of it. My grocery day is next week, so we'll have to add that to the list of things to rebuy. Because that Dale's be dealing. It's so good. Some more Kinders. And I think now we can throw this in the air fryer. So let me go and get that. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that typically I leave my air fryer out on the porch because during the times that I have to have fish, I don't like to smell fish in the house. I don't like to smell fish cooking. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't like to smell food in the house in general. It drives me crazy. So put our spices back in here. And let me get the air fryer. Now, will all of the chicken fit in this thing? I don't know. I have a pretty small one. This is just us, so we're gonna see if it'll fit. It might. It might. That would save me from having to like put some on top of the stove. Because if we can save time, we need to. Because you have to remember, I gotta go to work. So I also need to lay down and also be back up to do my workout. So all right, we might have to make it tight. Is that gonna be? Try anything once. We'll see how it goes. All right, chicken's in here. So put it back. Okay, so that is done. Our chicken is on. Typically, I've noticed with my preps, I like to put all of the food in one container and then just prep from that one container versus using all of my containers to make a meal for each day. I mean, I'm not that anal. So, and to me, it just works easier because if I want to change up the sides, I can, and it not be a huge deal. Okay, so let's put these dishes away. Okay. Now let's prep our turkey. All right. Let's see here. I'll take you guys over here with me. Okay, so the goal for, can you see me? Okay, so the goal for our turkey is, like I said earlier, to just make it like a taco flavor, but you can use it on anything. I had shrimp last night. I'm so glad that's a part of my meal plan now because before it was just the tilapia, and the shrimp is delicious. Okay. So we have our taco seasoning. I'm just gonna hit her with the regular stuff. Some salt, a little bit. Actually, this has both in it, salt and pepper. just a little hit with this. You crack me up. It's supposed to be an egg topping seasoning, but I put it in my eggs. But you have to be very gentle with it because it's pretty overbearing. What the salt. So if I use that, I don't have to use salt. So we got that. We also have to do a load of clothes, but I don't even know what time it is now. 10. As long as we lay down by 1, since I slept all night, I'll be fine. And I slept pretty good last night. Very good, actually. And my sleep has been so much better since my doctor put me on hormone replacement therapy. It's been great because perimenopause is a thing, y'all. It is a thing. Okay, so this turkey is really almost done. Why does this light keep? I mean, I feel like I'm in The Exorcist or something. Like, what's going on? What's doing that? Almost done with that. I hear the air fryer beeping, meaning it's preheated already. Okay. So we also have rice on the agenda, which I'm gonna have to boil the old-fashioned way because it's always a because, right? My air fryer, not my air fryer, my rice cooker. I gotta get another one. Like, what is that? Literally, that light is like blinking on and off. It's driving me crazy. So I'm down to the regular rice. So we're gonna get this cooked and seasoned. And then placed in the bowl. So let's chit chat a little bit about. Okay. So let's chit chat a little bit. I can't talk. Let's chit chat a little bit about my plan for timing of my meals now that I'm going back to work and now that we are officially on prep. So the goal for me is to not eat a lot of carbs before I have to go to sleep. So what we'll do, we'll have meal 1, which will be dinner right before I go to work. Okay. And let me tell you what that will be. Hold on. So based on my meal plan, it will be meal 1 for dinner is the chicken, 5 ounces of chicken, 150 grams of roasted potatoes, sweet potatoes. Which I have it here somewhere. Where are they, y'all? Oh, here they are. So we have our sweet potatoes. So 150 grams of roasted sweet potatoes and then a handful of spinach. So what that's going to look like is I'll do the spinach, put the chicken on top, and also the potatoes on top because I don't know, salad bowls, I like the idea of them. So that would be meal one, which I'll strive to eat at about 5:30. Okay. I'm planning to get up and go to the gym at 3. So meal two, which would be lunch, and I'm not going to include snacks because you can have snacks as you need them. I have 2 snacks that I have had throughout the time. So for lunch, I'll have that at 9 p.m., which is usually at work when I start. I've seen my patients, things are slowing down. In a perfect world, 9 p.m. is my lunchtime. So that is going to be the ground turkey, 4 ounces of ground turkey, 3/4 cups of rice, and then the broccoli. So that will be at 9 p.m. Okay. Now, I'm up all night, roaming around, doing, working, doing all the things. Your body is used to sleeping. So here we're coming into the morning hours. So this is when I'm going to get my breakfast in. My breakfast has the highest amount of carbohydrates for the day. So it's egg whites, 1/4 cup of oats, and then berries, mixed berries, 1/2 cup of mixed berries. So I will have that at about 3 a.m. So egg whites, you can cook them in the microwave. You can cook them on top of the stove. We have a little toaster at work. I can literally put it on a little pan and stick them in the toaster and let them bake that way. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it because they're so easy to prep, but I do know that 3 a.m., around 3 a.m., that will be that meal. And so by the time I get home, I can literally just have a protein shake before I lay down, and that will hold me over while I sleep. That's my goal because I don't want to have a bunch of carbs in my system as I'm sleeping because I don't know, like you gain weight that way. And I'm already telling my body to do something that it naturally does not want to do with working night shifts. So that is the plan. So, and it's kind of really no different from when I'm not on prep. I usually eat at those times at work, but now it's just that I have to eat specific things. And if I feel like, a snack, I have to eat what's on my list. Okay. So I hope that makes sense. Our ground turkey is done for the most part. So now I love it. You don't even have to drain it. Like it's just nice and tight. We're gonna add our taco seasoning and then a little bit of water. And let that cook down. So my plan is, like I said earlier, to only prep what I need for the night. What I'm gonna eat for dinner, what I'm gonna eat for lunch, and then my breakfast, I can just take my egg whites with me, throw them in the oven. Or, you know what, to be honest, I could probably put them in muffin pans. As you guys see, I'm still learning too, like what works for me and figuring out what's going to go with my lifestyle. This prep is going to look different for everybody. But at the end of the day, you have to do what works for you. Well, I just woke up. So I think our turkey is done. Philomena, cookies for breakfast. Cookies for breakfast. Mommy, come on, cookies? Are you kidding me? All right. So Our chicken is cooking. Our turkey is simmering. I'm going to move you guys back over here. Now I need to do the sides. Mm. Oh, my back. I'm hurting. All right. Let's get the rice going. Do you guys usually do your potatoes and broccoli in the oven or the air fryer? What's your preference? Things like that. It's so easy to cook. I almost be not wanting to prep them. It's like just do it as you need it. I still have peas and carrots that I'm trying to finish up. Let's see. Because what ends up happening is if I put them in the oven, then they get a little bit too dry. If I put them in the air fryer, same. So I have to cook them on top of the stove. So there's that. So we're gonna boil our rice, and it's gonna take it forever. I hate that my rice cooker stopped working, and unfortunately, it was past the time to return it, so I just have to buy another one. I was cooking everything that thing: grits, rice. It says you can't. Dang it! It didn't say I couldn't. All right. So let's look at our workout for today while we're chatting. We have 7 exercises, all lower body, seated leg press, machine seated abductions. Now, this is going to be an issue because I don't have that piece of equipment at the gym. So I might have to do abductions on the cable machine. Back home, Planet would have everything, right? Like, say what you want about Planet Fitness, but they got everything neat. Machine lying leg curl for hamstrings because we need the hammies. I have a seated leg curl machine here, so I don't know how we would flip that to get it in. Bulgarian splits, barbell forward lunge. Oh Lord, here we go. These are the ones. These are the ones that I was trying to do the other day, guys. Oh my Lord, my toe was not going for it, so I'll try it, but I might end up doing those body weight, just because my toe is really painful with that. And then calf raises, Smith machine calf raises. So that will be our workout today that I did not get to do this morning, and I'm super sad about it. And there's 20 minutes of stairs. So far we have 2,500 steps in for the day. We need to get 10,000. Yeah. So always something. Which with having to go to work tonight, getting 10,000 steps is not going to be an issue because usually I'm running around. I'm running around everywhere. while I'm on shift, and then I'm on for the next 4, off 1, and then 4 more. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, so I'm just still trying to get back into my groove and into this prep. Um, and it feels different this time because before, like during my first prep, I didn't know if I was gonna be able to do it. You know, I was like, can I do it? Can I make it to the stage? Can I actually get lean enough to do what I need to do? And I will say, actually going through with it helped me build so much confidence just in my abilities. It's kind of like delivering Willow Natural, like one of those things. It's just like you think that you can't do these things until you do them, and then you do them, you get them done, and you're like, wow, right? So this time, I'm coming in with the knowledge and the confidence that yes, I can make it to the stage, but definitely I want to bring a better package, my best package, right? Because ultimately, we eventually want a pro card. We want a pro card this time. All right, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I also understand what I'm up against too. So, and that's just speaking about me, just coming in tighter, my lower body, a lot of it's genetics, a lot of it is diet. So just knowing what works for me, and I'm just excited to see what happens because each time I learn more about myself personally, whether it be mental, emotional resilience, whether it be what's going to work for me in my diet that I actually like, that's actually good for me. Because you just get so used to being in the habit of doing things the way you've always done them. And if anybody knows me, knows that I am all about like giving yourself the opportunity to experience life and experience things on a different level. And it can be scary, especially if you haven't done it before, because you see others and then you're like, oh, but can I? And then you actually get it done. It's like, of course you can, right? Like, of course, yes. Because at the end of the day, it's a choice, right? So as I am getting older, as I go to work, and I see how healthcare can affect your quality of life. Like, I've only been a nurse 5 years, y'all. I say only in 5 years together, but in nursing world, 5 years is kind of like, okay, but it's not like a nurse that's been a nurse 20 years, right? So I've only been a nurse 5 years, but in that 5 years, my empathy has grown, the reality to what we are really up against health wise. My eyes have been open, and they're open every time I walk into those doors. That's another thing that I appreciate about being here in Gunnison. I had to reheat my water for my tea that I got from Starbucks this morning because it got cold. So, um, here in Gunny, I'm able to do med surge and also labor and delivery, and also emergency room. That went everywhere. This is a sugar-free syrup. You can use it for tea. You can use it for coffee. Um, you can use it for soda because we can't be having no sugar. So being exposed to so many different areas in healthcare, I feel like has just awakened me to like listening to your body. Like some people will come and have, oh, well, I don't know, I was just short of breath, and then they having a straight up MI. Or, oh, I was just dizzy. They're having a stroke. It's just it's it's a blessing and a curse because things can be going on. It's important that we listen to our bodies because our bodies are intuitive, right? And not just write things off. So with that, it has encouraged me to continue on my fitness journey and also raise the awareness for other people because we all gonna die, right? Eventually, we all are gonna die. That's one way to think about things. But on the flip side, if you can prevent or give yourself more time, shouldn't you? Don't you want to? Like, why wouldn't you? If you love you, why wouldn't you want to do that? So, I don't know. It's just a form of self love, a form of self expression. Um, you just, you'll be amazed at what your fitness journey will bring out if you just start. So, that's my soapbox for today. I'm sure I'm burning something over here. Our water is boiling. Oh, we got to rinse the rice or you guys will cuss me out, right? Rinse the rice, Reagan. Oh. All right, so we're going to rinse our rice. I didn't know that was a thing until my mom told me. She was like, you're supposed to rinse that rice before you put it in the rice cooker. And I'm like, rinse rice? Like, why do I need to do that? Y'all, I'm telling you. Yes, I grew up in a Southern family, Southern household, but a lot of things, I stood by my grandmother and watched. She always had like dinner meals, things. Rice wasn't one of the things I watched. I watched like sweet potato pies and what else? Cakes. And I ain't watched no chitlins, but she showed me put some chitlins on. I'm embarrassed to say. Once I figured out what they was, she didn't catch me on that one anymore. I'm like, nah, I just had a rice. Mm-mm. All right, let's rinse our rice. I mean, I'm smelling that chicken already. So we're gonna do 2 cups just to ensure that we have enough for the weekend. Because my meal plan for Saturday and Friday and Saturday is the same, but on Sunday it'll be different. But then Sunday, we have church, and I also usually try to do a Sunday meal. So rinse the rice. I can hear it now. Okay, it's coming up clear. I'm sure y'all can't see, but I think we're clear. Okay, rice is on. Okay, guys. Well, I'm gonna finish up. Hold on, let me see if this chicken is ready. All right, the chicken has 2 more minutes, but it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty crispy, pretty delicious. I'm excited. I'm excited. So I think I'm gonna stop the video here, and I will post a picture of the finished product in the community chat, As you guys know, be beautiful your own way. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.